There's a new buzzword going around. What is generative engine optimization and how do you implement it? This is actually a pretty exciting topic. It's not as complicated as that word makes it sound. Really what people are asking is, how do I get my content to rank on ChatGPT or Perplexity? Now, the reason I'm excited about this is I've actually been doing generative engine optimization for over a decade without knowing that it was called that. So as you know, SEO is evolving very, very fast, and just about every business is being left behind. So a strategy that I've been using to get YouTube videos ranked at the top of YouTube and getting those videos ranked at the top of Google, it's now exploding on ChatGPT. So the reason for this new term, GEO, instead of SEO, is just because SEO died. They're saying SEO died a couple of years ago. I'm saying it died back in 2015, and what's replacing it is GEO. So let's dive right in. So let's just talk about a definition, like what is GEO? Well, instead of getting your website to rank at the top of Google, that doesn't even work anymore. Now Google is a content search engine, not a website search engine. But that's what SEO was, is getting your website ranked. Today, we focus on content, so how to get your content ranked at the top of YouTube, how to get your content ranked at the top of Google, but of course, how do you get your content to be recommended by ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, the list goes on. For the rest of the video, I'll probably just mention ChatGPT because it is by far and away the biggest and the most used. ChatGPT is the first real competitor that Google has ever had for search. And that's saying a lot because there's some big companies like Bing, Microsoft, they've really tried to compete with Google. But ChatGPT is the one that is making Google nervous. And get this, I went to an SEO conference 5 or 6 weeks ago. So all these big search engine optimization companies that are trying to figure out what do we do in this changing world, all of them are pivoting away from Google. So pretty interesting, pretty exciting times. So why is this topic, why is GEO or Generative Engine Optimization, why is it important now? Well, in the world that I live in, I work with a lot of coaches, speakers, and consultants. So they're experts, and I've helped them rank at the top of YouTube and Google for their expertise. And now that a lot of people are using new tools like ChatGPT, they're all wondering, how can I get these AI tools to recommend me? Well, the cool thing is, people that are my clients, instead of asking me, how can I get ranked there, they're coming to me with stories of, guess what? I got another lead from ChatGPT. So this is how this works. And I'll tell you a real story. There was a woman in Australia. She was doing research about YouTube strategy. And as she was asking questions, it recommended Nate Woodbury and reaching out to me and learning my leaf strategy. So she did. She watched some of my videos on the leaf strategy, and she scheduled an appointment with me. It's really fun to generate leads and to learn where they come from when they come from those tools. Okay, so what are the differences between SEO and GEO? Well, SEO, rewinding back like 10, 20 years ago, you put that content on your website or you put that content on YouTube, and then you would do SEO to it. And that meant you would add keywords to the description, to the tags filled on your website. You'd put in the right metadata, and you would put links all over the internet. You do blog commenting and article marketing and create these link wheels and secondary websites that link back and so on and so forth. That's SEO. That stopped working around the year 2015 because the internet was shifting away from ranking websites to ranking content. But even YouTube, the #1 content platform, has shifted away from that model too. It doesn't rank by keywords. It ranks really by the topic and if you're providing answers that people are searching for. So when you did keyword research in the past, you would find your 2-word phrase or your 3-word phrase, and that's your keyword. But today, that's kind of nonsense. What you do today is you find a really specific question, like a 10-word question that your target audience is asking, and because of all the details that are in that question, you know who they are, you know their experience level, and you know that they are looking for your service. So you make a video answering that question. So those 10 words now become your keyword. So that's the big difference. That question becomes the title of your video. And you make a video answering that question. Ideally, it's 10 minutes long. But you put that video to YouTube, and guess what happens? It ranks at the top of YouTube search. And then guess what happens? It ranks at the top of Google search and ChatGPT and all the other AI tools. Generative search engine means that you focus on answering questions, or you focus on solving problems that people have and are using in these search engines, instead of focusing on the keywords, or especially instead of promoting. A lot of people, now that we have these AI tools, are wondering, well, can I put ads? Can I pay to promote myself on ChatGPT? That'll probably happen. But it happened that way on Google, right? So Google is still a search engine, but it's also a big advertising tool. I'm guessing, and this isn't from knowledge, this is just a pure guess, but I'm guessing that ChatGPT will do the same. It's got a huge revenue generating potential if it does that, but it'll probably be a little while. I mean, it's getting good traction, but I think it wants to become as big as Google, and then it will make that switch. GEO is amazing for lead generation. Instead of making a promo video and paying to put that video in front of people, right, where you're interrupting them and you're annoying them, imagine if people were searching and found you among their search results. So they don't feel like they're being sold to. You get to help them. You really get to give them value, and they trust you. Like, there's this relationship that's built as they watch your videos. So that's what GEO really looks like. When I went to this SEO conference 5 or 6 weeks ago, it was in Boston, they were thinking, man, all these SEO tactics don't work anymore. The only thing that we can think of, maybe we should start doing video. I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you guys this for 10 years. Focus on video, because YouTube is the only content platform that's searchable. Now, you can back that up with your own blog, and I do recommend that. So embed your video at the top and have a blog post, a version of your video in blog form below that. Those are the top 2 things that you can do right now to show up in the search engines. But you've got to do keyword research the right way. I teach a leaf strategy. That's what I call it. I use a tree analogy. So I'll link to another video right up here where I teach about my leaf strategy, because you definitely want to know what that is. If you follow that leaf strategy, then you know that you're creating the right type of content that'll rank at the top of YouTube. And why does ChatGPT care what videos rank at the top of YouTube? Well, that's what YouTube and Google the same, that's what they've worked on for years, is working on their algorithms to make sure that the best content, the content that's the best fit, will rank at the top. And that's what ChatGPT wants. It wants the best content. So it doesn't have a content database itself. It's just using the rest of the internet. And what is the best content search engine on the internet? It is YouTube. Now, I'm hoping that this actually changes, because right now we only have one avenue, and that is YouTube. We make content, we put it on YouTube. Yeah, we can get a little bit more results if we create a blog from it, but I wish that LinkedIn had a content search engine. I wish Facebook had a content search engine. If they ever create that, well, then I have more places that I can put content that will then show up in ChatGPT, more places that people can find it. I want to show you an example of how this works. Nicolene Peck is a parenting expert, and we're going to look at her analytics. We're going to go to the advanced mode, and we're going to go to the traffic source report. Now notice her #1 source of traffic is external, followed by YouTube search. Now YouTube search is super valuable. Just under 25,000 views in the last 4 weeks, 28 days. If I click on external, you're going to see Google search, another 34,000 views. Now what I want to focus on just right here is take a look at this, ChatGPT, and right below it, another ChatGPT. So it's not as big as Google or YouTube search yet, but it's so exciting that we can track this. Now what these numbers exactly mean is this is the number of YouTube video views that are recommended by ChatGPT. So there's other ways that ChatGPT will recommend you. It can recommend you by name. It can recommend your website. It can recommend your blog. So this is just a small piece of that are video views on YouTube. So I'm going to reference my tree analogy or my leaf strategy when I talk about how to implement GEO. So again, if you haven't watched this video up here on my leaf strategy, you definitely need to watch that one. It's pretty critical. So the first step to do GEO is to do keyword research and find the branches that you want to dominate. When you do keyword research, you're going to find a lot of different questions, and you need to sort them according to which questions are being asked by your ideal clients and which ones are not your target audience. So you need to hone in and find those branches that are your target audience and choose the ones that you want to dominate. So on that branch, you want to start with the questions that are the longest, okay? And start making episodes with those long questions as your titles. And I go into a lot more detail in that episode, but you're going to film these videos, post those videos on YouTube. You'll create a blog from the video and the transcript, and voila, your videos are ranking at the top of YouTube, they're going to rank at the top of Google, and they're going to rank on ChatGPT. Now, I wish there was a tool out there like TubeBuddy or vidIQ that could track your performance. The SEO tools there are misleading and they don't work. I have videos all over the place that are ranking #1, but they'll give me an SEO score of like 29%. So those tools are more for a channel like Mr. Beast, but if you're wanting to leverage YouTube for lead generation, I've had to create my own tool. So I use a Google spreadsheet, and I'll show you this in that other video, but I put down all the different questions that I found that my target audience is asking, and I put a yes or a no. Are they ranking at the top of YouTube or not? And what happens over time is you see this column of all these no's turn into a column with mostly no's and some yeses, and then half yeses, half no's, and then 3/4 of them are yeses, and eventually 100% of them are yeses, and we dominate the entire branch. Okay, so there's a couple of videos I want you to watch, definitely my leaf strategy video, but the video that I want you to watch very next, that's basically like part 2 of this episode, it's titled, What Content Format Works Best for Generative Engine Optimization. So that's the video I'm gonna link right here, and that'll be the next step to helping you dominate ChatGPT. I'll see you there.